Okay, so all these talking notes are going to go to Zapic.
ここで調べればいいじゃない？本物を見て調べればいいから本のよこせ。わかったわよ。Isn't it fine if we investigate this place?
Well, not this place, but if we
Or
investigate at this place.
here? Yeah. 本物。Hmm.
Yokose? Yokose means hand over.
Oh no, no. I was thinking about 本物を見て調べれば。
Mm. Oh. Um, so part of that is that you don't have the context. So when they teleported here, Jack really wanted to go back home, and Annie's like, "Nuh-uh, we're already came all the way over here, so we should just, look at the era as we are here, because I really want to go over and see the castle." But then Jack says, "But we don't know anything at all about this era or anything like that, so." Because of that, we should go home and then take a good while to go look at the book and read in it. And she says, "Nuh-uh, we
Um,
should just go research that over here and look at the real thing. The real thing
uh,
referring to the stuff in the book and compare it to the real picture outside."
and then Jack answers, it's all right already. Give me the book. And his answers, all right.
Perfect. And then Afifa, the next line will be for you.
何はペンシルベニア州の方のジャックに私って言った。Me told Jack that no.
So the ita is referring to the next line, but before she tells Jack something, she watases. Watashite. Watasus. The hon
Gives
o. Yes. She hands over what?
the Pennsylvania State book
Mm-hmm. To who?
to Jack.
Perfect. And the next two paragraphs will go to Zapic.
お兄ちゃんだけ帰れば、私一人で行ってくれるから。兄は懐中電灯を、ベルトに挟んで縄ばしごを折り始めた。Why don't brother go home alone? Or return? I will go alone.
Mm-hmm.
So Annie, Hasanda, what's that again?
Summa is to put something in between two items. So
All
we
right.
mostly saw it referring to the bookmarks in between the pages of a book.
Yeah. So she puts the flashlight in the belt. Uh, and starts climbing down the rope ladder.
Perfect. And then the next two paragraphs will go to Afifa.
でよ、ジャックは慌てて止めた。ちょっと覗いてみるだけよ。ジャックの負けだった。Wait, Jack suddenly stopped or
Mm,
quickly.
yeah. Tomeru is the same to from tomaru to stop, but it's a transitive and intransitive verb, which is the difference between to erase and to disappear, right? So it says Jack erased or Jack disappeared. In this context, it's Jack erased. So it says Jack stopped blank rather than saying Jack stopped doing something. So contextually, who did Jack stop?
Me?
Annie. Yes.
Wait a second, I'm just trying to look. And Jack lost? Or-
Yep.
Okay.
And you do the ちょっと覗いてみるだけ?
Yeah, I'm just trying to have a look.
Yes, perfect. Yes. Sorry, you did say that, but I thought you were literally like looking up a vocabulary word or something. Like, did not register at all. You were reading the sentence from the book. 妹一人を置いて帰るわけにはいかない. There's no way he could just leave his little sister all by herself here and just go home on his own. And then the next paragraph goes to Zapik.
それに実を言うと、ジャッキもこの時代のお城の様子を、少し覗いてみたかったのだ。And also, to tell the truth, Jack also wanted to look at like the state of uh, the castle from this time.
Just a little bit. And then the next paragraph goes to Afifa.
ジャックは後ろの方の、リュックに入れて冷たい霧の中へと降りていた。後ろの方 is the castle book.
Yep.
Jack put the castle book inside of his backpack.
Mm-hmm. And then Jack は降りていた.
He like leave? I mean,
降りる is the to go down, so it's similar to the noboru we saw before over here. Ori, sorry, it's the same oru. Ori hajimeru to this ori, which is orite. So they're the same to descend vocab word, but one just means to begin, and then this one doesn't have the to start with it. And then we have ita. Do you know what ita means?
to go.
To go. This is used in this context from like it as one of the three is verbs in Japanese, one of the three helping verbs, because the castle, the treehouse they're in is kind of like where our camera is recording stuff, right? So when he oridoos, right, he's going to be changing the scene that he's in. So because of that, he's going to orite ite, because he's going to go down and leave this location. Okay, so Jack, he's going to go down. So you probably haven't seen to before, but eto is just with to acting kind of like a wa particle. It's a way to add emphasis. It doesn't change like the meaning of the sentence at all. It's just like you don't say ewa. You say niwa, but if you want to use as your location particle and you want to add the stress there, you just don't use wa, you use to. That's basically just what it is. So, where does he go off down into?
Inside the cold fog.
Yes, perfect. That's exactly what it does. Woohoo, we have finished another chapter. Annie ga inai! There's no Annie! And Zapik, I'm going to challenge you, make you do these two paragraphs. They look doable.
ジャッキが縄ばしごを降りると、兄がカシの木の下で待っていた。騎士はあの橋の方へ行ったわ。あそこが、お城の入り口みたいよ。When Jack, like, what's it called? Climbs down the rope ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Annie is waiting at the evergreen under the tree.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Uh, Kishi, what is that?
Kishi is a knight.
Okay. And you deleted the Hashi. What was that?
Uh, this is bridge.
Okay, okay. So the knight went to the bridge over that way. Over there, it looks like there's the entrance to the castle.
Perfect. Um, next line goes to Afifa.
んで、調べてみよう。懐中電灯を貸して。Let's look at the book, or in the book. Lend me the flashlight.
Perfect. And the next paragraph goes to Zapik.
ジャックはお城の本の取り出し、川のしおりが挟んであるページを開けた。懐中電灯で照らした。騎士の絵の下にこう書いてある。So Jack takes the book about the castle and
But the dasu sounds like he takes it out.
yeah. Cover, what was that again? Oh,
Oh,
the
leather.
leather
Mm-hmm.
bookmark. And he opens up the page where it is like marking the book.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And lights it up with the flashlight.
Yes.
Kishi was the knight.
Mm-hmm.
So under the picture of the knight, it says the following.
Perfect. And the next line goes to Afifa.
今から900年ほど昔、ヨーロッパの騎士たちは修行のために鎧兜を身につけて旅をした。
Mm-hmm. Yoroi kabuto is armor.
Until now, 200 years.
Yeah, it's just 200 years ago is
200
what this
years ago.
is like that. This is what that whole thing is saying. Imakara. So we're starting from where we are, and we're going mukashi backwards by 900 years. It's like a very convoluted way to say 900 years ago.
European knights. I forgot what shugyo means.
Shugyo should be like training.
So for training, and looking for armor.
Me. So you see this me?
Yeah.
This is different than this me. They both have like a square in it, but this one right here is the me from the verb miru, right? This is the me from the noun me, which means body, and has nothing at all to do with the me from miru to see. So if it was mitsukeru, right, without the ni in here, mitsukeru, you'd be right in that that would mean to look or find for something. But this is the noun me plus ni. So to the body, tsukeru, which is to attach. So we're attaching something to the body. What are we attaching to the body?
Armor.
Exactly. So they're wearing armor. So mi ni tsukeru is to wear something. like a fancy way to say it.
They travel to find that. I mean, to where? to train.
In order to
Yeah.
train, they travel around wearing armor. Yes. I feel like that's not exactly accurate, but hey, it is a child encyclopedia book, so it's not like it has to be accurate. Next line goes to Zapik.
鎧や兜はとても重く、兜だけでも18キログラムほどあった。
So
えー
yoroi, kabuto together is like the full assemble, but yoroi is the bottom part of the armor and kabuto is the top part of the armor. So that's the helmet, in other words.
I see. So the whole armor is very heavy, and even like just the helmet is about 18 kilograms.
Perfect. And the next line goes to Afifa.
城で行われる行事のために、遠くまで出かけることもあった。is 行われる to occur.
Yep, to occur in the castle, events. My guess it's like festivals and stuff, like jousting events maybe.
And so for that to occur, they 遠くまで is like far away. For events to occur far away.
Oh no. So if you look at the particles here, it's gyoji no tame. So the subject of the sentence can't be the gyoji because it's for gyoji, but not gyoji is doing something, right? So you wouldn't really say watashi no tame ni watashi wa gakko ni iku. You wouldn't really say that. You wouldn't say for my sake I went to school because tame is normally like an outside thing for that you're doing something for. So in this context, we're probably talking about the night. That the night, so nights, right? The previous paragraph ago, we talked about how they travel around the world wearing their night for training. They also dekakeru, which what does dekakeru mean again?
To like go out.
To go out, exactly. They also go out to a location. They go to appear somewhere that's really far away for the purpose of doing events at castles, right? So, like I said, it's probably referring to things like jousting events, right? So knights from all over the world will go over and gather at a Pacific castle to participate in some kind of contest, right? That's probably what it's referring to here. But in itself, gyoji is very generic. It just means event. And okonawareru means to be having as like oh no, Afifa's phrasing. Ah,
I didn't hear that.
here's the so to summarize, gyoji just means the word event. Okonawareru means to be held, to have the event to occur. And the location is the castle. So this is most likely referring to like a jousting tournament, but it doesn't have to be. It's any kind of event that logically a knight would show up for. And this is a reason why the knight would go out traveling across the lands to go to a location. It happened again. It's like you're not able to learn about what this means, Afifa. This will be a mystery for you. It might just be my headphones are bad. Who knows how well charged they are. Sorry, you'll never
It's
learn.
okay.
It's too bad. Next line goes to Zapik.
18kg といえば、ジャックが5歳の頃の体重だ。カシたちは5歳の子供を頭に乗せて旅をしているようなものだったのか。And so speaking about 18 kilograms, that's the body weight Jack had when he was 5 years old. Uh, the knights uh, are basically like wearing 5-year-old children on their heads and departing with that.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like.
What? Oh. So we have a ka at the end of the sentence to
Yeah.
illustrate a questionness going on here. So
Oh
here,
yeah.
ことのか? He's saying, is this really something that is used for, is this really a thing, mono, that is used for the purpose of tabi steru, of going on a journey, which
Yeah.
is something that weighs as much as a 5-year-old child. So Jack is very like flabbergasted by this. Next line goes to Afifa.
僕は行く、行くからノートを取り出した後で詳して調べてたいことや確かめたいことを書き留めておくのだ。Jack took out the notepad from his backpack. And then it, wrote down the thing he wanted to look up. It's 確かめたい.
And things he wanted to double check, to confirm. So there's things he wants to look up inside the book, and also things he wants to like see with his own eyes kind of idea. And the first line is 本当に兜は重かったのか? Are helmets really that heavy? Very important question. And I'm gonna give the next two lines to Zapik.
ジャックはさらに本のページをめくった。お城戦隊の絵が出ているページを、見つけた。Jack, furthermore, flips over the pages and finds the page where the whole picture of the castle is depicted.
Perfect. And the next one line is going to go to Afifa.
やりよ衆が住む建物は高い城駅で囲まれている。This is difficult.
It's hard
The
because they're
kings.
like doing like half kanji words. Like that is like the worst like thing you could do. I feel like because you see a kanji, you're like, oh, that's one word. But no, it's ryosu, logically, which should probably be a lord, I would guess.
Okay, the building where the lord lives
Or
is the king.
They are kakomareteiru.
Gathered.
Close.
Or
Atsuma. So atsumaru is to gather. Kakomareru is similar to that, but it's to surround, but not to gather. So if you have a lot of like fish, sorry, not fish, I was thinking sheep, right? The sheep could be gathered somewhere, but the kakomareru is referring to like the fence you put around the fish. I mean the sheep. I guess in case I was doing fish, it would be the net, right? The net kakomarerus. The fish are atsumaruing. So the building is surrounded with a joheki. Any idea what a joheki is?
Really?
Hmm. Joheki is heki for wall and jo for castle. So the buildings that kings and queens live in are surrounded by castle walls that are what?
Thai?
You're right, they're very tall, tall castle walls. And this doesn't have to literally be a castle wall. It's just, it's like a big wall that surrounds a place for like defense kind of idea. So it can also be used for like in some places that like if they have a wall around the whole city or something. Those are all a-okay for joheki to be used. Next line is for Zephic.
その外側に、カライの家や、教会や倉庫があり、さらにその外が、は、おもう一つの城壁が、取り囲んでいる。There
Hmm.
is a lot here, I don't know.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff here. So, do you know what a sotogawa is?
Is it like exterior?
You're right. So on the outside area, basically outside of the building that the king and the queens lived in, we have a sokoya, a kyokai, and the kirai no ie, and other things similar to that, which is the
Yeah.
storage house, some kind of educational building, and where the vassals live, like the servants and stuff. So these
I see.
exist. And then sarani, you know what that means?
Furthermore,
Furthermore, even outside of that, we have a mo hitotsu no joheki.
there is one more 城壁 I
You know
don't
what
know.
a heki is?
I feel like you just said it. I don't remember.
I did. It was right over here.
Yeah.
Was 2 lines ago, it looks like. No, 1 line ago. This is just a long ass sentence. Joheki is the
The wall.
castle wall.
Yeah.
Right, so there is another castle wall that is tori kakondeiru.
That is also surrounding it. What is the
Exactly.
Tori part?
I'm not sure why they're using tori kakonde rather than just kakomareru, but somehow that also makes it passive.
I see.
I don't know why. It's just a different word. Toru, right? It means to take, but I'm not sure why we're surrounding it here and then you're taking it to the surround over there. I guess it's like what the subject of the sentences. This one right here, right? It says the castle is surrounded by a wall. This right here says a castle wall is surrounding all these buildings, right?
Mm.
Like we're kind of switching who's doing what a little bit, but it is. I don't know why Tori in particular is here versus just without the Tori. As far as it must be like a small little like vibe difference. It might be because literally the wall isn't trying to surround it and it's just a stationary object that's job is to surround something. That might be why
Mm.
the Tori's in there. It might just make it more obvious that we're not having a moving wall instead of like a whole bunch of people surrounding something like wolves, right?
I see.
And next line goes to Afifa.
中世のお城は王や領主の住まいというより、 戦いの基地のようなものだったらしい。The Middle Age, the Middle Age castle, rather,
That's a good way to describe rather, toyu yori.
rather than a place to live,
A place for who to live?
the real king.
The Lord and the King. So the middle-aged castle, rather than being a place for the Lord or King to live, it was what? Rashi.
It seemed like it, what's a kitty?
Hi, kichi means base.
Oh, like a tatakai. It sounds like one. But no.
Tatakai.
A high
Tatakai,
base?
yeah. You gotta add on,
Yeah.
but Tatakai. You gotta watch more Attack on Titan if you don't know Tatakai. That's like what Aaron says every episode. Tatakai. It means battle. It tends to have like a little bit like a war vibe for something, but it literally just means fight. Tatakai. Tatakao. So Tatakai no Kichi is a base for fighting, but the idea is like more like probably a war face. There's different kanji that Tatakai can go to get a more warlike vibe or a more just fighting brawl vibe. Like they have different kanji they can use for it. But in this context, we can assume that it's like the war base, right? Like a military base, right? Yonamono. So it is something that is more like a military base than it is like a house that a rich king might live in. And then Afifa, the next couple of lines will be for you.
何が慌てていた騎士が橋を渡っていくわ。今、物をくぐった。見えなくなっちゃった。And he said to meet up, I
What?
think.
Oh, awatete is to be in a panic. But au is
Right.
to meet, which would be aite, I guess. Au toita. I don't know. Awatete. Awateru. So she's like, oh my gosh, she says it. She basically, it means not necessarily in a panic. It means in a hurry, like to say real fast kind of idea. But it's commonly used for like panicking situations. So Annie basically hurriedly says the next line, which is about the Kishi. What is he doing?
That knight is crossing the bridge,
Yes.
and now the gates, I guess, closing maybe.
That's a really good guess. But you don't, but like is it logical to assume we're doing something to the gate here? Because O is a direct object particle, which means one of its uses, the main use we use it for is the thing we're doing something to. The second use of O is the path taken, right? It's the not the end point and not the start point, which is what it's actually doing here, because kuguru is to uh uh so yeah, this is kuguru. Kuguru. It's like you have something right over your head momentarily. So this right here says he went through the gate, but it's not the word through. Kuguru is specifically a verb that's only used when there's like something above your head that you're passing word. So it's similar to through, but it's literally the passing through something like in a very specific way. So you couldn't like kuguru like a house. That would be weird. Even though you can go through a house. So it's like it's particularly used for like gates, I guess if you had like a ladder out, and if you went underneath through the ladder, you could also use that. You wouldn't normally use it with a door unless like there's something wrong with the door, maybe. Normally use like nukeru instead with a door, but you could theoretically use it with a door, but it's just not commonly used. Like I feel like you need to have like space and then the thing is how it's most commonly used. And then the next part.
I can see.
Hi, hi. Oh, I can't see him no more. Yeah, so kuguru means to pass under something, is how it's described. And then the next line goes as epic.
ジャックは橋の絵が出ているページを探して説明を読んだ。Jack finds the page where the bridge is depicted and reads the explanation.
Perfect. And I'll make you go again, Zepic.
城壁の周りの、堀には水が張ってあり、門の前には跳ね橋がかかっていた。So the castle wall, around the castle wall, Hari is what?
So, the haru here from hariatte is probably referring to the meaning of to stretch. So it's saying the water is stretching around the joheki kind of idea.
Okay, yeah. Um, and in front of the gate, the bridge, かかっていた. I don't know.
Hi. So kakaru is to cover something normally in a way that is a non-negative way. It's normally positive in some way. So it just says there is a bridge that covers the moat, right? But it doesn't use
Oh
the
yeah.
word moat in the sentence. But that's what it is. But it's a special kind of bridge, isn't it? What kind of bridge does castles normally have? Do you know?
I guess it's the kind of bridge that goes up and down.
Exactly. That's what the hane is telling us. It's a drawbridge.
I see.
It's a mechanical bridge. So we have a mechanical bridge in front of the gate. What else do we have? We have a 城壁の周りの堀には水が入ってあり.
So the water is there. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hori means.
Hori is like to dig,
Okay,
to
so
have
like
dug.
the it has been dug like a water canal, I suppose,
Where is the water thing dug?
around the castle wall.
Exactly. And apparently if we have hori without as just a noun by itself, it does actually mean moat on its own, surprisingly. Didn't know that.
I see.
So this kanji, well, the verb horu, right? I think it has slightly different kanji actually. Horu, let's see, yeah. The kanji is slightly different for to dig, which is has the te radical here instead of the dirt radical. So when we take this there like that, then it becomes moat. Obviously, it comes from the same word, horu to dig to hori. But yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a moat that surrounds it, filled with water, and a drawbridge covering it. And the next line goes to Afifa.
雪が切ったら橋を吊り上げて堀を渡れないようにしたのである。If the enemy comes, and you like lift the bridge,
Mm-hmm.
in order, wait, したのである。 In order not to cross the
Mm-hmm.
moat.
Yes. That is why they lift up the bridge. So the way they're lifting, the reason why they're using tsuri here is has to do with how drawbridges work, right? No one like grabbed this bridge and like pulled it up, right? Instead, they probably have like some kind of thing that you like, when you go fishing, you have like the reel that you spin around and around and around. That's how a drawbridge gets picked up. Hence why we're using tsuriageru for lifting up the bridge. It can also it's any kind of like lifting normally with like a tool type of idea. Like it's also used like if you have like a looks like a crane and stuff or ropes or whatever. But it's that same kind of drawing in thing, in case you were curious. And then the rest of this page is going to go to Zepic.
Yeah, I was just wondering about the Shitano de Aru part.
So Dearu is here because we are reading from a picture book. So in Japanese, books are written in basically short form. However, we don't use da. Instead, we use dearu, and it's basically identical to short form except for that. So this is the same as shitano da for all intents and purposes, but dearu is here because we're reading a book that's like a picture book. We're not like reading something that somebody thought, right?
I see.
So it's just a little bit more essay-like. And then the no is here because we're restating this whole sentence as if it's a noun in order to, because we're describing the pronoun no, one. And it's basically used as a like emphasis ender kind of idea. It has a little bit of a why do they have a bridge for this castle? Well, this is why we have the bridge for the castle, is why
I
the
see.
no's there. It's kind of like a grammatical because, but it's not exactly a because. It's just like we're making this statement a little bit more aggressive, is, is what it is. So we don't need the no here. It could have just said shita, period, but that's a little bit like too robotic. And even though this is a essay, we want a little bit more like flow going on with the words because we were talking about the castle here and we're kind of continuing that flow in the next paragraph. So if this paragraph was all by itself, like if somebody was randomly bringing this up and we didn't talk about the wall at all, there probably would not have been a no here. So it's kind of here because we have a context of already talking about this castle, right? And and the
Yeah.
castle, right, has a moat and it has a bridge. And you know about that bridge. Whenever an enemy comes, the thing comes up. So we're kind of just, especially as the bridge was the last thing we talked about, kind of like continuing on that train of thought kind of idea is why the no's in there. Um, and then we have shita, which means to do.
Oh yeah,
So
okay.
the thing
It's
you're
not loud.
doing is the making it that nobody can go past the moat. So that's all it is. So what you're
I see.
doing, I'm doing action in order for no one to pass through the moat. So so a lot more simpler than it looks. Just
Yeah,
gotta
thank you.
yeah. And then the rest of the lines, it's epic.
いや、堀ではワニを飼っていったという説もある。ジャックはノートに書いた。お広にはワニがいた。
はい、お堀には
Yeah. Holiday, let's see. Uh, at the like canal
moat.
mode, yeah. There's also like an explanation of alligators being raised.
Yes,
Jack writes in the notebook. At the moat, there are alligators.
exactly. Perfect. Yep. He wants to investigate that. Very exciting. Um, and I'm going to have us stop here, I think,
Yeah.
while we're still doing that.